What's up guys, it's One Thrill here and this is my Fluffal Frightfur Deck Profile for 2015. It's more or less an OTK deck. You can do an OTK with this. If your opponent doesn't play many cards on turn 1 and you go second, you can just go for Frightfur Tiger, destroy the cards he just set on the board, and then you go for Frightfur Wolf, attack multiple times and your opponent is dead. Though this might not be possible in all situations, but it's actually happens quite frequently that you can do that, especially against decks which don't really build up a board on turn 1. So yeah, basically this is a more flexible variant, which means that it's competitive over several turns, and well, that means that a lot of cards here search for other cards, so you get the materials you want to your hand. Also, a lot of cards here recycle your polymerization, so you can go for more fusion monsters every turn. And yeah, you just beat down your opponent with the amazing effects of the fusion monsters. And let's go through the monsters here. So 3 Fluffal Dogs. This card is basically a searcher. 2 Fluffal Leo. Well, the effect is nice if you want to get rid of a monster by combat or whatsoever. Also, it's a level 4 monster, so it's mostly included because I also included 2 Exceed monsters, which are number 101 and Exit Knight. Because actually sometimes there might be some situations where you don't actually win by using your fusion monsters, but you have to play some other cards to get out of some really tricky situation, and in this case Exit Knight and 101 are really good cards. So yeah, you want a little bit of level 4 Exceed potential here. You have 3 copies of Fluffal Sheep. You can special summon this little guy if you have another Fluffal monster out. Also, you can return 1 Fluffal monster from your hand, from your field to your hand. To special summon 1 Atom monster from your hand or your graveyard. That's actually amazing in this deck, it's great. Fluffal Cat is one of the recycled cards here, so it's if it's used as fusion material monster, you can add 1 polymerization from your graveyard to your hand, enabling you of course to go for another fusion monster, which is great. Fluffal Bear does the same. If you summon this guy and then tribute him, you can add 1 polymerization in your graveyard added to your hand, or you can discard this card to set 1 toy vendor on your side of the field, so basically pretty good. Fluffal Owl, mostly, well, I'd say it's the MVP in here. The first, actually you have to decide between 2 effects and the turn you summon this card. The first effect is that you can add 1 polymerization from your deck to your hand, and the second one is you can pay 500 life points and fusion summon a Frightfur monster without polymerization. So basically, if you have a polymerization already, the effect isn't very useful. So if you're planning to use Frightfur Fusion, for example, if you have a Frightfur Fusion on your hand, you might go for the first effect, go for another material monster, so you have more materials and you can more or less choose freely which fusion monster you want to bring out to after you used Fluffal Owl's effect. And so you can go for Frightfur Fusion, you can go for polymerization if it's already on your hand, and then Frightfur Fusion whatsoever. And yeah, so Atom Chain, this card, well, if this card declares an attack, you can add 1 Atom Chain from your deck to your hand, so it basically means getting more resources, more materials to your hand. And if it's sent from your hand or the field to the graveyard, you can add 1 Frightfur card from your deck to your hand. Well, right, doesn't really, yeah. 3 Atom Sabers, of course. For those of you who don't know this card yet, well, if this card is in your graveyard, you can place 1 card from your hand on the top of your deck, and then you can just special summon this card face down. So it means that you can always kind of recycle this. And yeah, it also enables a lot of these fusion monsters, so good. One Edge Imp Saw, because you need the Edge Imp Saw to go for Leo. Well, the effect actually, when this card is normal summoned, you can send one Fluffal monster from your hand to the graveyard, draw 2 cards, then place 1 card from your hand on either the top or the bottom of your deck. This card synergizes with Toy Vendor, of course. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I only run 1 copy of this because actually the only card you want to go for is Frightfur Leo, and Leo is not one of the fusion monsters you want to have several copies per game. You just play a max of 2 here, just in order to get rid of nasty creatures your opponent played. For example, if you damaged him on the first turn and he wipes out your board and goes for Neo Galaxy Ices, stuff like that, you go for Frightfur Leo, destroy it, and it takes a whole fucking lot of damage. So that's basically the plan, when to use Frightfur Leo if your opponent's board relies on 1 creature, which is really strong. Alright, 3 Toy Vendors. I really don't have to explain that. Also, the 3 polymerizations are pretty obvious here. Fusion Reserve is also very good here, also recycling. It adds 1 fusion material for one of your fusion monsters from your deck to your hand, and brings back 1 polymerization from the graveyard to your hand. So basically a good trap card. Of course has no value for the OTK if you're going second, but for the later turns this card is really important. 2 MSTs just in order for, to get rid of the cards that maybe Frightfur Tiger is not able to destroy. 3 Frightfur Fusions, also rather self-explaining. Also the 2 Fusion Conscriptions should be rather obvious choices here to get the materials you need. For the extra deck now, you go 1 Frightfur Chimera. Basically only 1, because first of all it needs 3 materials. Secondly, the effect that your opponent can't activate card effects when this card attacks, well, it's good, more or less, in some situations, but in most situations you really want one of the stronger effects. Of course, it's nice if this card destroys a monster your opponent controls, you can special summon it to your side of the field, but the attack is halved, but still, it can attack. But yeah, however, it is good, it is a lot of fun to play, but not really the card you wanna go for in most cases. 2 Frightfur Leos, as I said, to get rid of major threats, which are monster cards with a high attack. You can do a lot of damage and get rid of them. The Frightfur Bear actually, also more fun to play. Just destroy a card, use it as an equip spell to Frightfur Bear. You do this, for example, if you know that your opponent's monster he actually has a very good effect when it's sent to the graveyard, so you deny that effect, and you want to go for a Frightfur Bear, because otherwise, if it might screw up your other fusions, you really want to take this road. Okay, Frightfur Wolf, as I said, multiple attacks per turn, pretty good, pretty strong. That's what you want to go for the OTK, also to finish off. So when the board is more or less empty, do this, attack, win. Frightfur Sheep is more the control-y card, let's call it that way. So also it has the effect that your opponent cannot activate card effects when this card attacks. And if this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, or it is destroyed by a card effect, you can special summon this card, it gains 800 attack. Okay, so basically just resummon this card, give it 800 attack additionally. It's also pretty good. It's pretty pretty good. So basically you can stop your opponent from attacking, you can block a little bit of stuff, and still maintain more or less a board. It's good. Frightfur Tiger, as I said, to get rid of cards your opponent has played on the board, to make, well, actually to enable you to go face with your wolf or whatever you want to play here. And the 2 exceeds, as I said, situational number 101 and the exit knight. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you like this deck as much as I do, because it's a lot of fun to play. Remember to comment, like, and subscribe for more Yu-Gi-Oh!, Hearthstone, TCG, whatsoever videos, and I guess I'll see you guys later.